Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 284. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by.
RPG Maniac 05.
And Traptical.
So yeah, we've got so much been playing, and we'll just go from there, because whatever. So, let's see. Destiny. I played some of that, because I played every week.
What's
Oh,
the gear awards for Iron Banner this week?
the helmets. Well, there's
Oh, really?
helmets, hand cannon, and, I keep forgetting the other gun. So,
What can you describe the helmet somewhat? Is it better or worse than the one from
well,
before?
I
Because the
wouldn't
one
know
from
what the one
before.
from before was, because I didn't play Iron Banner then.
Oh, well, you didn't play it during House of Wolves?
I did, but I don't think I. Not when they had the helmets.
Oh wait, that's right. It was before House of Wolves that they changed it, or they changed it after House of Wolves. Okay, never mind.
They have that, the chess piece, hand cannon, and something else.
The sniper rifle.
That's never rifle, yes. Which I actually don't have those, so I'm gonna get those and be like, yeah. Well, I had gotten the like auto rifle off the drops in previous Iron Bears, but I dismounted them because auto rifles are garbage. So
Hmm.
I'll have to hopefully get one again, and then I'll be like, yeah, I have all the Iron Banner crap too. So if not, whatever. Auto rifles are, yeah. So. And then this week we did a 4-man raid on both Crota and Vault of Glass hard mode. So yeah.
Cool.
And then I don't think I got anything in the Nightfalls, but all I need is the 100 legs anyway, so I'll just keep hitting up Xur until he has them, and then that'll fill that slot. And then Trial Shader and something else I can't think of right now. What was this? It was the legs and the Trial Shader. I think that might be it actually. Just the Trial Shader, the 100 legs, under exotic, and I'm good to go. But I'm just gonna whatever after this week anyway, so it's done. I was like, do I want to play weekly or just just fade away until Taken King? I think I'm just gonna like completely go away because I like after they put the patch in to, like where you can turn off the background music in the game. I just turned it off and like until I play through House of Wolves to like hear all the music for that, and then I just turn it back off again. So like even like when I'm like tired of the music in the game, I know I just need to take a break. So it's like yeah, maybe I can come back and turn it back on and keep it on, but that probably won't happen. So yeah. Cause I like the new Spotify PS4 where it's just like background music while you're playing. It's like yeah, so much better. And oh, I guess do you have anything to say? Oh yeah, well yeah, whatever. Iron Banner, I've been playing that, so it's like just nonstop control. So I'm ready to be done with it. But that's basically all I've been doing in Destiny right now. I did ascend all my, or like all my weapons. I think are ascended that are not like that. I'm either holding to reroll them or just ones that are like there for, or the one gun I have for sentimental purposes, like the Bungie free legendary. I was like, oh, well, I guess they do care, and then just keep it to be like, if I get too angry, be like, well, I guess they gave me a free gun that one time, and it was a scout rifle, so yeah, maybe they know. I was gonna ascend all my raid gear, but I was like, actually, that would be a waste of etheric light, so pass. You don't really need your raid gear when you go into raid. That would just be me being stupid. So, but that's that for me in Destiny. Unless you two have something to talk about in Destiny.
Nope. I haven't touched it actually. I don't know. I think for me, initially I was really hyped to gather up a whole bunch of different sets and just be like, "Oh, cool," because for me the armor is all vanity. I mean, you get to 34 and that's sort of enough, and I'm not really into it as much as getting max intelligence or whatever. Because I don't have you seen anyone measure how quickly you get super or whatever?
No.
Yeah, so I'm just like, it doesn't feel any different when I change equipment. So, yeah, I think I'm good with just this.
I mean, I think it's noticeable for like the strength and discipline, but the super just seems like you'll get it and when you need or when you have it anyway. So it's like it's not something
Mm.
you use all the time,
It's
but
also like orbs drop from enough
Yeah.
things that it feels like I'll have it when I have it, and if I don't have it, then that's most of the time, and I'll just play good, try to play good.
Because I don't even use my super that often. 'Cause I've gone like entire matches and forgetting to use it, or playing PvE and not using it. So it's like I don't know. The only one I ever use is like the defender's shield. That's like the most common use of it.
Mm,
So it's like other than that, I'm usually not using stuff. Because I mean, like in my stats thing, my highest weapon use is my melees. So I'm not even doing much of anything else except punching people and stuff. So
pretty much. Um. So yeah, or I guess I'm bad with all the other supers now. I only know how to use the shield because it's hard to mess up. You just
It's
open
hard.
it and there it
It's
is.
practical.
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Because there were people like using it all wrong in the Iron Banner. They'd like pop it up
Wow,
like several meters away from the control point or something. It's like, well, that wasn't smart.
useful at all.
You, it's like, what are you trying to defend? So, yeah, people have done some genius stuff with it. I got quite a few good striker kills though, so that was nice. So, but no. Other than that, I only played it like yesterday to do the update stuff, and I'm not gonna play Iron Banner until like next week when it's almost over, so I can get the boost and get the helmets for stuff. Because there's no other reason to play during the week. So,
This is super fast.
but no, I don't know, man.
Um. So yeah, that's my. Well, I am gonna play Destiny tomorrow.
Don't do it. It's a
I
trap.
think with my other team. Yeah, that was another thing. Like I think the A team was getting so good at it that it wasn't really that interesting anymore. We were just sort of going through the motions every week. Like, oh, okay. Now should we do a hard run? Usually it's like, oh, should we do hard? And like, oh, I don't know. But now it's just like, whatever, we'll do hard. Or we'll be like, oh, I don't feel like playing that thing. It's so annoying.
I think that's the other thing for me is like I like initially I did think, well, I still think the House of Wolves is it's it's a good update, but it doesn't like put it over the edge of like getting the game where it needs to be. So it's like it's good, but it's still something that I blew through and was like kind of over with faster than I thought it would be because I don't even care about prison builders anymore. So it's like the armor is ugly. RPG is right. It's like it's not very attractive at all.
It's all gross looking. So I was like, yeah, this could have been designed better. That's all. I don't know, and I haven't even done Prison of Elves like after I beat Skullus the one time. It's like I haven't done it anymore of that. So it's like I just had that Elder Cipher binding sitting there, and it's just like, well, this is never gonna get done because
See,
I
now
haven't
that
been
RPG
playing it
doesn't,
ever
or
since.
sorry, Tekken doesn't want to play Skolas anymore, I'm just like, okay, I'll see if I can train up my other people and see if we can do it. Because I do want to get
The year
that
one banner.
banner, yeah, the Euro banner,
Yeah, because it's
because we
like
put
for
so
me,
much into
it's
it.
like you don't really get anything from that encounter. It's like you get a weapon with a elemental burn, but you can get those from the raid. So it's like I don't need them. A and B, I don't like any of the prison hunter weapons anyway. And then like also like the armor, it's like I don't need it because I have all my characters at like 100, 100 in like discipline, so I'm good to go there. And I kind of changed my mind on like trying to get the best gear across the board and everything, and like in like discipline all the way across the board. Cause it's like taking the overdoing it, dude. Just be happy with what you have. You've made it. Relax. Take a
You made
break,
it.
and just come back.
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm debating on whether or not I actually want to get Taken King or not because it's like I want the subclasses, but at the same time, I'm like, seeing how easily or how quickly I ended up like I get bored with stuff after I like start playing Destiny again. I'm just like, is it worth it to buy it? And then it's like I have all these other games coming out around the same time. It's like I don't know. I don't know because I have two games coming out in September and then three in October. So it's like I don't know if it's gonna be even worth the trouble to invest in it. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the only thing I'm really worried about is like the friction I have with the game of like it's fun to play, but like the story hook just isn't there for me. So it's like if the story's like bad enough, I'll just wait until there's like a couple more expansions available, and then just get all the year two content all together. Since they bundled all the year one content, I know I can just wait until year two and be like, oh, it's
Yeah, it's gonna be
bundled
cheaper.
together. So yeah, no point getting it when it's not that great. And hopefully and then they'll fix everything because they always fix stuff as it is as people complain. Goodbye Thorn and PvP because it's getting
Well,
nerfed.
okay, so
Weapon
there was the thing
rebalancing.
that their rebuttal about why the because like now if you buy at the end of year one, it's way cheaper than if you bought at the beginning of year one, bought the season
Mm.
pass, and then are buying Taken King. Because like for the Taken King bundles, I think it's
I think it's only like 79 or
yeah,
something
it's like
for
super
like
cheap or something
everything.
like that. Yeah,
So it's like,
and their rebuttal was like, well, sure, it's cheaper now, but you will never experience Destiny as it was in the beginning. And like, that's sort of a touchy feely, whatever. But there is a part of that that makes sense is that some of the
Oh yeah, some of the weapons actually. We were talking about this
yeah
in Vault of Glass when we were running
yeah
it. Were you there, Topical? Because Zephyr was like,
I wasn't there, but
oh, Zephyr said something about like I think either him or one of his friends had some weapon that's not in the tower anymore because it's old tower gear, and they're like, "Where'd you get that gun?" And they just told the person, "Oh, you can't get it anymore," or something. Or like, "You can't get it," or just
yeah, like
something
there are
like hilarious
guns
like
now
that.
that have certain combinations of traits that you can't get
Oh yeah, no
anymore.
more Field Scout. Rip.
So that part is like, well, okay, that is kind of cool.
except now you have to like ascend everything to keep it useful.
What
Because I
else
mean,
do you do?
I still had like my shadow price
Oh, I
from
wish
like
I
the
had my
beginning
Shadow
thing,
Price.
and
Man.
it's like still around. I was like, it's the only decent auto rifle that was left, and it's like I'm kind of glad I never dismantled it because it's like it's the only good one. Although now there is one that I have that's like that has the same stats, but it has crowd control and glass half full on it, so it's comparable now. But I don't know. Like before, it's like all the other auto rifles were all like crappy and packed and stuff, so they're kind of useless. But um, I do still have some of the old weapons, but I mean, it's debatable how useful they are now.
I was also thinking like the more and more about like how to describe this game about like I mean I could say like the whole quasi MMO but not but like now I'm thinking it's more and more like how people sometimes say Borderlands is Diablo with guns. It's just this game is kind of like that but a better version of it because you're just re-rolling stats on your well I mean they keep adding like all this stuff but it's like you weren't able to do that before but now it's like seeing people that like just stand by the gunsmith and like constantly trying to get like super awesome perks on their guns getting so into it because I know like people on my friends list that like put so much glimmer of like oh man I don't have any money but I got to get this stat on my this perk on my gun. It's like okay.
I've only re-rolled the guns like because some of the new stuff have like really crappy perks on them, and I'm just like, well, I would never use this gun because this roll you gave me is just not good. So it's like I've re-rolled the ones that or the type of weapons that I would use anyway, and then like if they're just like crappy ones on like a rocket launcher or something, I'll just dismantle it and be like, oh well, I'll be using that. So um,
Rocket launcher, there's only one rocket launcher worth using in the game dot dot dot.
For now.
Optical.
I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I think. Like, what is it gonna turn into when all the go-to weapons of today are no longer the go-to weapons? Is it gonna be like all the go-to weapons are gonna be something that we haven't seen yet, or are people gonna just rediscover old ones? Like, well, now that
I think
that one
I think it'll
sucks,
be a bit of
this
both.
one comparatively is better.
Because like, we were having this discussion like we were running Vault of Glass a couple weeks ago. Like we like they're semi nerfing Yallarhorn, but it's like dude, we never needed a Yallarhorn to run Vault of Glass anyway. So it's like our team is ready. So it's whatever.
It's true.
and I mean with the new like weapon manufacturer stuff going on and everything, they might have some better
That's the other
weapons
thing that
down
made
the
it seem like
line.
Borderlands is
So
like they have specific manufacturers of guns that have specific looks when people have something of like, oh, that's that type of weapon. Oh,
yeah,
that's
because I think it's what like Suros and like two other ones or something that they're doing like the manufacturer thing for. And then I saw that they were doing like class specific weapons and stuff
oh
too
yeah,
now.
actually,
So
yeah, yeah. There's still like other stuff I don't know enough about. Like they're adding like the class specific stuff. That makes me excited because like I think like this game is like needed that for like a long time. It's just like class
Mm.
specific things of like only this class can do this thing or whatever. That way, because like in
well,
the
that's what
olden
this.
times of Destiny, when the struggle was real and you could only or like the way to do it was like I have 3 warlocks because I need to get the raid gear to get to level 30. And the raid gear doesn't drop enough. So I'm just gonna delete a character and play him to level 20 in a week and then do all the raids again and yeah, that craziness.
Yeah, I think I would have stopped playing like a long time ago if I had to do something like that. Because that's like not a fun way to play. To cheat the system to get stuff.
So yeah, now the system is less broken and somewhat fixed. So yeah, and I can be like, ha ha ha! I have 3 times or 3 times as much stuff to do than you people that are not doing that. So haha.
Ah, yes. Back in the day. And we can say that because we were there. So.
Never forget. Yet.
Back when Mythoclast was the go-to weapon in Crucible if you had one.
Man, that gun was
could
Oh,
seriously
yeah.
until you had
overpowered.
to
I'm glad they
reload.
nerfed that. That one definitely needed to be nerfed.
I kind of wish I would have been playing just to like see how stupid crazy it was.
No, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Because I heard all the stories, but I was like, really?
Tekken,
It wasn't
it was
like
terrible.
impossible. That's the thing. Like I've never felt that any of the guns that people were talking about that should be nerfed is like it doesn't seem like you are just totally hopeless if you don't have that. It's just I guess it's uninteresting to see that everyone is using the same thing.
Oh, actually,
Well,
another story.
it was a lot
Oh, no, no.
rarer back when. Well, the Mythic class was a lot rarer back when it was like overpowered. So at the time, it's
think-
like you had like that one person using it and like killing the entire opposite team. It's like, well, this isn't fun at all.
That's another thing I did. I went into my or the app that tells you whatever your next reward for Grimar or whatever it is. And I was looking at like what mine was, and it was like 25 wins in salvage, and I just played salvage for an evening, and I went like 0-8 or something stupid. I didn't win any matches, and I was just like, I'm never playing this again. And then yeah, F salvage. And I almost have my 250th. What is it? Ogre and Hydra kill, and then I get some more stuff. So I was like, oh, I didn't even know I was that high. Whatever. So yay. I might just farm those out and get those over with and get even more higher on the Grimoire score. And be like, ha ha ha, people lower than me, ha ha. Because one day I was, after that thingy went out of the year 1 banner, I was like, I think I'm not going to end here. I'm going to just find all the ghosts I haven't found that are dead or whatever. Or I did that like I think the last day of my vacation last time when I was playing Destiny, because I was like, okay, there's one thing I need to do, find all these dead ghosts, because if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. So I think I did all of them except for the ones in the House of Wolves. So I need to do like, there's a couple of House of Wolves ones I don't have, so maybe it'll actually matter in year 2 for your Grimoire score.
It won't. Let the dream
You
die.
never know, RPG, you never know.
Let the dream die.
Why would
It's-
they do that, you think, though? I mean, maybe because no one is really looking for them anymore.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, what could they do? I mean, it just doesn't seem all that useful. Except you have more stuff to read that you're never gonna read. Because I've kind of just been making up my own story for Destiny, so it's cool.
It's pretty difficult to read.
I made my own lore.
I guess that's the other thing for me is like I really hope that after this expansion they go back to the core story of the game and not just the expansion of like Oh, here's this Hive adventure. Oh, here's this Fallen adventure. Oh, here's this continuation of the Fall or the Hive adventure. Because I want to know what happened to the Exo lady. Ah, so yeah.
She's dead.
So I was playing the daily story missions and I like watched the ending again. I was like, oh yeah, whatever happened? It made me curious again.
She just
It's like,
leaves
just
and
gave me
says
that gun
something
and
about it
left.
begins.
And I was like, wait, no, this isn't the end of the story. What happened?
The Traveler ate her.
And I'm like, yeah, why were you even fighting the Hive? Who cares about orcs and his son and whatever? Bleh, Grimoire. I could read it, but I'm not going to.
Well, aren't the Hive supposed to be ushering in the darkness or something? Is that's what? Or am I just making that up too? Because
Maybe we'll never find out. RPG 10 years later, it'll be like, I don't even know. How did this all begin? Whatever. Something. I could tell you something. He was just leading us along this whole time. That speaker guy. Pff, what a liar. RPG was right. I knew it.
you can't
It
trust a guy without a face.
Why not believe
It was
him?
evil.
He will be dead.
RPG is right. Oh, that would be terrible.
It'd be hilarious because I was
It'd
like,
be
I know it. You'll know it happened because the day on Twitter will just have one tweet that says, I knew it, and then everyone will be tagged in it. You'll all be tagged in it.
But yeah, one game I didn't play that I wanted to play, and I wish I was playing, that I haven't been playing, Street Fighter V Beta. Yeah.
Sorry.
Explosion Fest on the servers. Jeez.
It's been postponed indefinitely.
That's the last time I pre-ordered games to get into the beta.
Wait, I thought it was up already. I thought they put it back up.
It was back up, but like nobody could get in.
Oh, so it went down again?
It was up, and then, well, like when it first went up, it was basically like just like you couldn't get in, and then like it went back up like I think on Sunday or something, and then it was still having issues, and they took it back down, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna redo the first wave of the beta. So we'll see.
That's fine.
Or are
I mean,
they?
I think the thing is, like, people are so conditioned to think that betas are demos that when they don't work, it's just like, why? You lied to me. You took my money, and now I don't get to play. Blah. Like,
Yeah, because I think like if you couldn't get in a match, it was just training mode that you got to play. So it was like searching for a match, but there's nobody else.
like you can't even get into training mode now, right?
I don't know, man. I've only heard stories. Oh, I mean now you can because it's down. Like the servers aren't up for the.
Oh, right, yep.
But if you do connect, and then it's like, oh, searching for opponent, and then there's nobody there. So.
See, that's like I mean, it's crappy, of course, but it's not. I suppose it is sort of unexpected because usually, yeah, they are demos. It's like, yeah, you pre-order so you can play a little bit. We'll call it a beta, but really we're just using it to sell more copies. But what was the last big like really online thing that Sony released? Was it Drive Club? It took like a year. A year for them to get that one working.
Oh my.
And that was after they released it and sold it for money. So, this one, this is probably a good thing. Would you like to hear a really horrendous gaming story?
Oh my. That's not a good precursor.
So I just bought, sorry,
on the
I did
Aimless
not
cart
pay for it.
to Aimless Land.
This is so I just upgraded my laptop to Windows 10, and I was just so that process was really nice. Like I was reading all these horror stories like, oh no, you better back up all your stuff or you'll lose it, or like Nvidia's drivers don't work on Windows 10, and basically, I mean, a laptop is a keyboard with a computer in it and a screen. So if the video drivers aren't working, then you have nothing. And just all this stuff. But then I was just like, you know what? I just want to do it. Screw it. And I didn't back up or anything. I just like hit upgrade. And like an hour later, it was all upgraded. It's like, wow, everything is working. I've tried playing lots of stuff. It's like, it all seems to work.
I'm not going to listen to your horror stories. I'm tropical. Pfft,
Yeah, I'm just
whatever.
like,
I'm doing it.
I'm
Doing
gonna
it.
choose this one good story that I read where everything went totally fine, and just say that's what's gonna happen. And I did it, and that's what happened. It's like, oh, cool, got lucky, or maybe not. I don't know.
It's just biding its time, tropical. It's just biding its time.
It's not gonna turn on tomorrow.
It's gonna be like, surprise! We were just giving you that false sense of security. Totally destroyed your computer.
Well,
You're welcome.
I feel like making the upgrade process really seamless was one of their focuses, but that's something else. So I was looking through the Xbox Live stuff on here because they're supposed to be, really integrated into Windows 10, and I found Solitaire, and I heard that Solitaire isn't free anymore. Like, you have to buy it.
Why?
I have no idea. I don't know. Like, I didn't know that they ever sold Solitaire.
Yeah, and I was
like,
like, doesn't it just
really?
come
I thought it
installed
was
on
always
everything
free.
ever? Yeah, like,
But so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it's the Microsoft Solitaire collection. So it's actually not just one Solitaire. There's a whole bunch of them. And they have
Solitaire
there's
95.
like yeah, I went in and was like, oh, what's this? You can like there's like daily challenges. Like, oh, daily challenges. So I clicked in and I started playing different like, if you heard clicking a while ago, it's because I was playing Solitaire. But it's just like, okay, so it starts and it tells me the challenge. And then it plays a 30-second ad. And I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh man, the ad is really loud, so I'm going to minimize. And then, in a minute or so, I'll just like maximize it again. And the ad should be over, right? It's like, well, nope, it's too clever for that. The ad pauses too when you minimize. It's like, oh, dang it. So I sort of chanced it like, Solitaire. How much is it? So I clicked on the thing at the bottom that says, do you want to play without ads? Then click this thing. And I clicked it, and it turns out Solitaire is not really for sale. It is a subscription service. You can't buy Solitaire. You can only subscribe to it.
Oh, so it's like
that's the
XSplit.
thing.
Awesome.
Upgrade to premium. Solitaire Collection Premium Edition. No ads, more coins for daily challenges, whatever those do. Get a boost for every game of Tri-Peak and Pyramid, games I haven't heard of yet. For a month, it costs $1.45. And for a year, it costs $10. Which, I mean, if you think about it, that's pretty cheap, but still. It's like, so you can no longer own Solitaire in Windows 10. Like,
We made Solitaire freemium. You're welcome.
yeah, it's a freemium Solitaire now.
You don't actually own it. I mean, the word free is there, but you want to pay? I mean, you want to play, you're going to have to either watch an ad or ching ching.
It is. My gosh. Yeah. Free to freemium is definitely a downgrade. Except for everything. Like, presentation and everything is better. It's just, you can't own this game. It does not belong to you, ever. To be fair, it does seem like they're adding more and more games to it. But I don't know if that's a trade-off that people... Well, maybe. I think maybe you think the casuals be like, $10 a year? That's like less than everything that I buy.
but
Still.
I don't know. It's for Solitaire. You could just buy a pack of cards for cheaper than that, and then just
He's right.
do it the normal way.
Well, I mean, everything is cheaper than that because essentially you will infinitely pay money for this. If you want to play it forever, you will pay forever. Oh, look at that. Ad for Minesweeper. Let's see. Is that one actually free?
No,
Tropical.
it's just it leads you into more ads and more. It's like, buy more. And then they're gonna start offering you like packages for games.
Yeah, looks like the biggest purchase in there is $9.99. I wonder if that is a subscription.
It's Super Minesweeper.
There is such a thing. I was one of the ads that played before Solitaire was it was Minesweeper gameplay wise, but it was like a little guy traversing through this environment where there were mines.
Oh my.
It reminds me of Splunky. Crazy.
I remember when
So,
games like
that
that
wasn't
did
totally
something.
Aimless Land. Like, I am playing it, but it also is horrendous. So, it was two things.
Fantastic. Like thinking about what you just said, and like what we talked about a couple weeks ago with like how arcades died, and basically, like in it,
Became freemium places.
it's like kind of like this creepy like slippery slope of like they're slowly becoming the casino of like put money in, and you're not. Well, I guess casinos are like put money in, you might get some back, but this is like the alternate. 'Cause
Yep.
it's a freemium game land of. I'm trying to think of like an alternate version of like landfill. I can think of like something you put money into, but you don't get it back. It's like it's not a vault 'cause it's not going to be saving up for you. It's just sucking away. So, money pit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, money pit games, because it's all going down the tubes.
Yep.
There's no investing or saving or
Sometimes you get a plushie,
putting
but
it back,
that is
putting it into a
how much do you
vault
think
and then
that's
taking it
worth?
out later.
I love plushies. I love them.
Actually, I was noticing another trend, and this is now we're going into Aimless Land.
Yay!
Disney, I think entertainment companies have always exploited nerds and like geeky things. Like comics cost way more than you would think they would cost, and like nerd TV series like Star Trek cost way more than other TV series. I mean, you can go out and probably get the complete collection of, I don't know, Full House for like $60. Whereas a season of Star Trek, one season costs $150, $120. Like that's the regular price for it. And you know how when Blu-rays were just sort of coming out and there was a time when Blu-rays were actually super cheap. It was like right after they came out and people thought, "Oh my gosh, like I don't know if this format's going to survive." And so it was really expensive then because it was new. But then shortly after that, it became really cheap and Disney started doing a thing where it's like, "You don't have a Blu-ray player today, but we want you to buy our Blu-rays. So here is this dual pack. It doesn't cost that much more than the DVD pack, but you get the Blu-ray and the DVD." Well, now they're doing a thing where if you buy, basically they want you to buy their movies on day one or within that first release period, because after that they start not giving you any of that stuff, and then it costs way more if you want all that stuff. So, for example, if you go out and try to find a copy of, say, like Iron Man 3 with the digital HD copy that comes with it, it is very hard. I've been looking, it's like, yeah, I don't think they really sell it. So what you have to do is you can buy Iron Man 3 for $25. And if you want the digital copy that comes with it, you have to spend another $20 to get it. Whereas in the beginning, I think you could have bought the 3D, Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy for $30, I think, altogether.
Oh my.
Yeah, now it's like those cheap DVDs that you see on Black Friday, or cheap Blu-rays that you see on Black Friday, if they're coming from Disney and Marvel, they don't have anything. They just have the Blu-ray. And if that's what you want, then that's fine. But if you want all the conveniences that they used to give you, they're not in there. They've desegregated them, or they've segregated them because we've reached a point in history where it's like, now we can make money on all of these things. There are people who will buy each one of them.
Oh, that's terrible.
But true.
Makes me sad.
Because there's someone.
Yeah. So like Avengers Age of Ultron, They are releasing it September 8th digitally, and then you have to wait a month to get the Blu-ray version. October 2nd is when the Blu-ray comes out, and that one also comes with the digital copy. The digital copy itself is $20. If you want, so if you don't want to wait, that's $20 there. But if you want the Blu-ray, that's $25, but it comes with all of them: 3D, Blu-ray, and digital copy. I'm torn. I'm like, I want to see it because everyone has seen it, but I don't want to like have to buy a whole bunch of different versions for different purposes.
Or maybe that's exactly what you want to do.
No, that is not what I want to do.
Marvel thinks differently. They think you do want to do that.
And you would think like a movie like Thor that was, I think, panned by everyone would be cheap, but it's not, because now Disney owns it and they're like, oh, well, who's going to buy it now? In the past, we would just say no one, so let's make it clearance price. But now it's like nerds will buy it because they want all the cinematic universe. So we'll price it at $25. Oh, and it comes with nothing because it's old.
It's true.
It's terrible.
It's kind of hilarious.
All right, that's done. That Aimless expedition. We can come back now.
I thought of another game I was playing because okay, I'm trying to think what happened. I was gonna play. Oh yeah, okay. So this was the weekend where I wanted to play a bunch of Telltale stuff and like adventure game crap and get caught up on Life is Strange, which I did. I completely forgot I played it until just now. But like what happened was I came home from work, but it was like too late to play anything, and I was like, I didn't have enough time. I wanted to play, and I wanted to play the episode like the whole way through, and not just like play some of it. So I was like, well, I only have a bit of time. I'm not playing Trials of Osiris or like anything on Destiny. So I was like, whatever, Destiny. Like, what do I play? So I was like, I know. I'm just gonna look through my downloaded game queue and like see what I can just boot up here and play for like an hour or two or whatever. And so I played some Tetris Ultimate, and this was the first time I've played Tetris in probably over 10 years. I have not played Tetris in forever, maybe even more than that. It was like it's like it's like it's like weird because like you're playing it. It's like it's like new skin on like an old ancient object of like, okay, I know how this works. It's just rotate blocks, blah 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 blah. And so like this version, it's like you have 4 game modes. They're like the main game types, and then like once you get a high enough score in those, you unlock the ones that are like more advanced versions of them. And so the main mode that I cannot get through because it's not that it's hard. It's just I almost got it. It's you just have to get like really good at the game, or just like I guess practice makes perfect. But I think it's called Marathon or whatever. And it just keeps going and going and going, and you have to like clear. We don't really actually have to clear lines. You just have to get to level 15. But this is the one where it like gets faster and faster and faster. So I got to level, I think 13 or 14 or whatever. I was streaming it. I was talking to myself the whole time too. So I was tired. So it's like whatever. I'm not gonna make excuses, but I was talking to myself. So it's kind of funny because like at one point someone comes to the stream and is like chatting with me about like, oh, what game is this? Were you talking to yourself the whole time and you're streaming even though nobody was watching? And I'm like, yeah, I talk to myself, whatever. So that happened. That was kind of funny. So that happened. So there's marathon mode, which is just survive the 15 levels of craziness, and then there's a co-op / party mode with like these weird power-ups and stuff. And they have bots in the game. So I was like, okay, well, how can I play through this if I don't? And I couldn't get the online mode to work. So I guess it was like 3 a.m, so nobody's playing Tetris, whatever. So so I was like playing against bots, and that was kind of funny because like they had the beginner. I don't remember what they were called. It was like the beginner, intermediate, advanced, but the beginner was called something different. And then like the intermediate one would like keep dying before the beginner one. I thought that was funny, and so it'd be like me and the advanced one, and I was just, of course I like didn't win, but I was like whatever. So that was weird. And then there's a third mode where you basically just try to clear lines as fast as possible. It's called Sprint, and I think actually clear that when you unlock the team version of that, or the co-op version or something, whatever. And the fourth one, I don't remember. So yeah, some whatever. But yeah, there's like 4 main modes, and you unlock some other modes. and it has like these goals in the game for you to get through, and like as you clear the goals, you get trophies. So it's like a good way to like know where your next trophy is going to be. But yeah, it was a nice trip down memory lane because I had not played this game in forever. Oh, and the coolest thing is like theme is still there, but they just totally like remixed it of like this like there's like two different versions. There's like this like piano style with like dee 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 dee. It's like so awesome because I'd never heard it with like the different version than like the Russian version. Where it's all like whatever that instrument is in the Russian version. Or, I mean not the Russian version, but like the legit Tetris old school style. Sounds right. Well, it's like it has that sound of like dee 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 dee. It doesn't sound. It sounds like non-American. That whatever it is, it sounds like Tetris. The theme of Tetris. You know what I'm saying? That.
No, we don't.
It's very much not piano, and like hearing it in piano
insane.
was like super cool. And I heard it, I was like, this is like amazing. And then like they had some EDM style, like dancey style, trancey, awesome-y. I was like, oh, I like this. Ooh, it's all like rising, like it's like yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna try to like do it and hum it because it's It's really good though, because it's like it slowly comes in, and then all of a sudden it's like, and I'm like, oh, it's a theme, oh, it's like totally awesome, and it like builds, and it's like, oh, it's like it's great, it's great. I was like, man,
Did you buy Tetris Ultimate?
yeah, it was $5.
Okay.
A long time ago. It's on sale, I think, this week as well. So it was funny because like I remember looking at it in the store, and it was like something about daily challenges. I'm like, where are the daily challenges? I feel ripped off. I only paid $5 for this. Whatever. It's like good thing I only paid $5. There's no daily challenges here. Whatever. So and then it's weird because it's by Ubi, or the Ubisoft published it, I guess, and so it has Ubi Play or whatever that currency is. So I unlock some stuff or something. So I was like, yeah. But yeah, it was a nice, fun trip down memory lane, and with a nice
$4 this week.
fresh coat of paint. So yeah, that was fun. And
Paint.
then I finally got around to playing Life is Strange, and I can't talk about it without spoiling it because, man,
Does it hurt you?
don't nod. See, you tried to I can't even talk about it. I can't even say anything. Like saying anything at all would just completely give away the things that happened to me and that the things that I've been through. Because stuff went down, and yeah, I had a reaction, and I was like, "Don't nod, you effers." Good thing the next episode's coming out tomorrow, but I haven't played it yet, so it's like but it's a roller coaster ride. I feel like it's about to go off the rails, so hopefully it gets back on track. But
I have to play all.
after the end of episode 3, I was like, "What the f?" Like yeah, I was in a dark place, and not like the last time, episode 2. Not that dark place. It was like more anger and rage than sadness. So it's a nice emotional spectrum I'm feeling, thanks to Life is Strange. So yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, also, Final Fantasy 10 2. I got past the boss I was stuck on, who will remain nameless because it's super spoilery.
I know who he is.
And then I got to like the part with the plot twist, or I guess another that game is full of plot twists, man. Like that's another reason it's so awesome. It's just like it's just like twist after twist after twist of like push, just like megatons of like what? I'm a what that they're whatting what? And then it made me confused because like I remember this part, and that's what made me confused all those years ago. And I was like, wait, what? When I refused to explain it that one time, I was like, whatever. I just go along with it and just whatever, whatever. And then we're on our way to Zanarkand, but I got like actually got like 2 more hard boss fights. One is like the guardian thingy that you fight at the top of the mountain, which is like always kicking the crap out of me, so I'm like, ugh, that. And then the other one is the one after that, which is another spoiler I cannot talk about.
That boss fight is fun.
It involves the zombie status effect. I think there's like also like a giant waspy fight, like either before or after, with like that's a pretty cool fight too, because there's like these pads that you stand on that like explode if you're on them too long, and you have to like keep moving people on the battlefield. It's pretty cool, and I haven't played in a long time. And I remember vividly just because I enjoyed it so much. I was like, that was really cool. I've never played something like that in Final Fantasy, and that's why it's one of my favorites, because it's so awesome and the battles are so cool. Oh, the other thing is like when I was playing, it's like some of the boss fights, it lets you do that like trigger command where you can like talk to the boss and like get status buffs. That's another cool thing that other Final Fantasies don't do too. It's like, oh, suck it, character I'm not going to name because it's a spoiler that you're a bad guy, so yeah, I'm going to say this to you and get a status buff if
Is it a
damage.
spoiler
Yeah.
though? Because I mean,
I mean, it's
said
not because you
character
know
is
when you see him, he's
pretty
evil.
evil.
Because
You know,
yeah,
like,
his character design is totally like not light side at
I was like,
all.
you don't look like a good guy at all.
And he has like the so totally like foreboding music too when he's on screen. It's like, yeah, I don't trust this guy at all. So I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, Sakaguchi. I know what you're doing.
And he
um.
seems
So yeah, still good. And I am still capturing monsters. Oh, and I got to race the lady on the chocobos and I won. So I did that, and I know that's for somebody's like celestial weapon or something. I did it, so I
also
was like, yay.
sometimes his crest thing, but I think you have to like beat it at under like a certain time for
Oh
that.
crap!
Yeah, you have to beat
Balls.
it with
Oh,
0 seconds on the
just
clock.
beating it isn't enough.
Oh well, I guess I'll keep on doing it then, because I did that and I was like, all right, I remember having to do this for something. I did it, yay!
You have to like avoid everything and get like all of the.
And it's not easy on the
or
Vita
something crap to
controller,
do
so
it.
that could be a problem. It was not. It is not a DualShock. And then I also bought the summoner lady that summons the summons that you fight, and then I thought I could got something after that too, but I guess I didn't. So whatever. Cause I got Yojimbo because I looked it up. I was like,
Which
oh,
summoner lady?
the one that you go to that place where the Mega Sisters are, but you can't encounter them until later for some reason. Because I forgot. I don't know how you do it. I'll have to look that up too. But she's there, and then
She
she's
gives
like,
you.
fight my summoner or fight my
She unlocks
summons.
them for you by getting the. I think it's like you have to get the crown and the scepter or some crap, but I think you
Oh,
have to like unlock all the other summons to do it. So and then
so
fight all of her
So
summons.
after, okay, so I did it in the wrong order. Well, at least I did the summon and fighting already. So I already beat all their summons. So now I just gotta get the thingies. Cause I was wondering like why it was like wanting me to race a chocobo outside the thingy, but I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I need
So
to.
we don't have time for this. We got a world to save, guys. We race a chocobos.
Because I was stuck on Seymour, so I just did all this like side quest stuff that I knew I'd had to come back to, but I thought I did it right, but apparently I didn't. So not so much. And I still need to capture monsters for the monster catcher dude because I haven't, or because now I got to the farther in on Mount Gagazet, but I haven't got all the way through. So I'll pull back out my capture weapons to capture some monsters. Yeah.
I tried to capture them all because then I didn't realize at the time that you had to like actually like kill them with the weapon you're not just like have it equipped kind of thing. Because I was like, well, Lulu and Yuna can't really
Yeah, I basically just
attack
use
things to death. So it's like,
Waku and Orin when I'm doing that, so they just physical attack and attack and captures them. So I'm like, haha, it works. So now I just gotta look up how to get some level 3 key spheres, because right now I have like a bunch of people that have like a bunch of sphere grid movement points, but I haven't used them because they're right outside of level 3 key sphere that's like right behind something I need. And I'm like, how do I get these? Like, you're trying to look stuff up. I'm like, oh, back then I didn't have, well, I mean, back then the internet existed, sure, but there was like, it had just came out, so I couldn't just be like, go to Google and be like, I mean, Google probably existed, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, there was no like super guide way, place, whatever. So yeah. Is that all I played? I think that's all I played. Oh, actually, right now I'm not playing a game per se, but it's like I finally found a 1.5 terabyte hard drive for my PS3, my one I bought with Disney Infinity, and I put it in, and it's copying all my stuff over, so I can finally get all my digital games, and then have my fatty be all back to being empty of not having digital games on it, and then fun times on PS3. Yes,
it's a trap.
smelly old games. I need to stop saying that. It's like, I'm sorry, PS3, but you know, when you go to PS4, it's just so much better. And share button. Like every time I play a game on PS3, I'm like, Tropical's right. This console generation needs a redo because it was that close, but just so far. Oh,
Yep.
You guys disappoint me.
It would be great if they didn't charge us for that redo, but you know, redo. I think it does need one.
But then they couldn't make all the money. All of the money. All of it.
and that's all I've been playing.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you super sure?
Yep. Oh wait, no. Did I talk about Journey? Yeah, I talked about Journey. So that was last week. Yeah, I played. Yeah, I talked about. Yeah, that's all I've been playing. I saw my Journey companion playing Iron Banner. I wanted to jump in and help him, but you know, I was like, I don't know, man, stranger danger. Even though we did have that journey together, so I still have the.
Oh dear.
And you're bonded or whatever.
we're bound for life. So I kind of felt obligated, but I was in the middle of something. So.
That is weird. You guys are weird.
Am I going next? Is that what
I have no idea.
Well, actually, I have a quick update because I just hit it yesterday, which was really cool. I finally arrived at Disc 3 in Final Fantasy 9.
Oh.
I have no
Wait, how'd
idea
that
how many
happen?
months
Did you
it's
just
been.
skip, like the other 2 discs? What's
I have no idea.
No, like, I remember saying on the podcast that I hit Disc 2, and that was...
You did not. I call shenanigans on that.
I feel like I did. It was
It happened a
months
week that I
ago.
wasn't here because
So
I
now
feel
it's
like that
like
didn't
months
happen.
later. I finally hit Disc 3. Like, yes! Progress! And man, like the pace, I didn't remember. I guess. Do you remember where the disc break was in Final Fantasy VII, Tekken?
Not for the first disc. The second disc, I think, is right after a giant spoiler happens. Because it's like something inside happens, but then it's like we go north, and then you're in the snowy lands. Wow, I remember this way too good. And then you're doing
Wait,
stuff.
yeah,
in
that was because that's the one where like right where the crater was, right?
Yeah.
Or something, right? Yeah, okay.
I think the end of the first disc is like it. I don't know where it's at, but it's after It's after you leave Midgar, because you're outside Midgar and like stuff's going down. It's like, well, I guess if we save the world while we're stopping in Shinra, then so be it. And then it's like you leave. That's at the end. It's like it keeps going, and then I have no idea where it ends in disc 1. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember disc breaks being so dramatic. Like they sort of planned it out. I was like, oh, this would be a good time to ask them to change discs.
Well, it was the last time they were going to be able to do it.
Is the disc break for disc 3? Did you say disc? You got the disc 3 right?
Yep.
Is that the one like after you get destroyed by Kuja, and he's like, and you're just like defeated?
You aren't.
No, 'cause
Oh,
I
okay.
think-
So
I
it's
think
like the
disc
part with
break
the
is
tree.
after- yeah.
Yeah.
I think-
Oh yeah,
the tree.
man, that was a great scene.
And then after that, it's like, wow, it's just like peace. It's very peaceful, and it's just like total
So
change of
think-
pace.
Or so you think.
And it's weird. Like, I guess maybe I do remember vividly falling asleep during a battle in Final Fantasy IX, like back when I was playing it in my dorm room. So maybe I wasn't really paying that much attention to this game. Holy crap. Actually, that would be a little less than 15 years ago. So maybe that's why I don't remember it at all. Like there's been many scenes where it's like I don't remember this at all. I don't remember those characters at all. Or I sort of remember what they look like, but I don't remember their names at all. But then I'll see things like, wait a minute, I remember seeing that, so I did get here. Because I haven't watched anyone else play this game. Like, the only other part I've seen in the game that wasn't something that I played was the M boss, because the guy I lent it to, like, he couldn't beat the M boss, and then I did. Yeah, man, that was 15 years ago.
So are you still playing it one save spot at a time?
Less so. Because I guess I'm sort of getting into the narrative. It's like, wow, basically nothing happened there. I'm saving now because it's scary. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Everything tropical. Everything.
There's like a whole bunch of like skills and stuff, abilities. Actually, I just didn't remember that they existed at all. I was like, wow, the system in this game is really involved.
Yep.
At one point, everyone had auto potion, and
Tropical
now
would
it's
use
like,
auto potion.
this is worthless.
Don't-
I mean, it's sort of working because that's around the amount of
Healers are for
damage that a lot
tropical.
of people are
Jeez.
doing. But it was just burning through all the potions.
Sheesh. You need better skills than that.
It was funny, like
Life.
one of the bosses I was fighting,
It also has good boss fights as well.
it said the boss said, "Oh, I've seen my death and it's not now. So you guys are screwed. Like I'm going to win." And like throughout the entire fight, basically I was trying to keep my party alive. Like at any given point, I think 2 people were down because Phoenix Downs are really terrible in FF9. It's like, yay, he's back up, but he has 2 health. It's like, oh, he's doing that attack that hits everyone again. It's like, well, he's gonna die. And the thought crossed my mind, I was like, am I supposed to die here because of what he said? I was like, no, I'm just gonna, burn through all my Phoenix Downs, burn through all my ethers, burn through all the potions, and if we don't win, then we'll say, okay, we were supposed to die. But then we actually won. It's like, oh, cool, I was supposed to live. Well, that's good that I didn't give up. It's exciting. Although the point that I saved at right now, it's like the card tournament, and I don't remember how to play the card game at all. Like what do the numbers on the cards mean?
Basically, if it's adjacent to the card that you're putting it against, that's the like the number that is there is going to be against the one that you're putting against. Sometimes it's diagonally too, but it's like it'll like work in a combo way. But that's too a bit advanced than like I can remember. I just know that like if I put a card on the right, then the left number on my card is going to be against that number on that card, and then if it's better or it's higher, then that means that my card will beat that card when I put it down.
But there are no card, like the number's just in the middle of the card, so
I
it
thought
doesn't.
there's like more than one number on the cards.
You're thinking
think
of
that's 8.
Oh,
8.
my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, 9. I guess I have to look it up because
Yeah, I don't
must
remember.
go to some tournament. It's like, oh crap, now I have to actually
We
play
don't
this
even win
thing.
tropical, so
Oh, Final
be
Fantasy
fine.
and their weird mini quest things. Because I remember Spear Break. It's like, why do I have to do math in the middle of my RPG right now? What is happening, guys? What is going on? So
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to lose any of the cards if they're good. But then, so many reasons why I shouldn't care. I mean, there's no trophies. I don't know if this affects the narrative anyway.
There's no trophies.
There's lots of times when I see a treasure chest and like, it's probably a potion. So I do not care about that.
Wow.
should be cautious of that.
Some of the,
'Cause
yeah,
there are
there's some
some
hidden items.
important
chests.
items. Some of them
Well.
are hidden throughout.
Then I'm gonna miss a lot of them.
As a matter of fact,
I don't think I've ever heard anybody that plays JRPGs of like,
actually-
there's a chest there, whatever, it just keeps going.
Hey, I have so many games that I haven't finished. Like, I think my primary objective is to just finish them and see what the narrative was about.
it's a trap.
Actually, I have a question. When you're going through the mountain pass after the like quote unquote wedding scene, I don't know if that is too vague if you haven't played it recently. There's like these statues that you can pull out these different colored stones. Was I supposed to do something with those?
I think it's necessary for like one of the summons, but I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played, so
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about when you said like,
I was just like, huh, there's
statues.
oh, this stone's this color. Oh, and this one's this color. And so am I supposed to like switch them? And I tried to go back to another statue to put one of the other ones in and say, oh, I can't interact with it anymore. And I just couldn't find, I was thinking maybe there's like a wall somewhere that has 5 or 6 different holes that I can put these stones in. It's like, there's nothing.
yeah. If you asked me like years ago when I was actually playing, then maybe. But yeah,
Years and years ago.
I do not remember now.
Yeah, I bought that game at launch, and I remember the reviews at the time said that Final Fantasy IX is sort of like it should have been a PS2 game, because when you put it in the PS2 and you turned on smoothing and like fast disk load, like it didn't those features didn't really affect lots of other games, but they made a huge difference in Final Fantasy 9. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I remember that. And actually, I'm not even playing that version because I got it digitally at some point, and I've been playing the digital one, which is really cool too. Because sometimes I haven't reached a save point, and I'll just be like, "Whatever, it's not a PS1, it's a PS Vita TV. I can just put it in standby, and then when I come back later, like, it's still gonna work. I don't even need to save if I didn't want to.
Technology.
It's so great. Just yeah, it was very surreal sitting there thinking like, this is weird, right? I mean, I'm playing on a flat screen, which basically didn't exist when I bought this game, with a wireless controller, which back in the day those were all crap, and
They're gigantic.
yeah, the console is tiny. It's smaller than my phone. It fits in my pocket. But yes,
Maybe that's
I
like one
suppose
thing
it's
Nintendo
been
actually got
15
right with their
years.
like last two hardware was like smaller boxes.
Mm,
The GameCube was very small. Wii's very small. Wii's not that big either.
it feels futuristic.
I don't know, man. Bigger's better, guys. Bigger's better.
I don't know. Xbox One VCR says not so much.
I don't even know what an Xbox is, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Other than that, I've been trying harder to. Yeah, I've been having the urge to play all these other games because I've been seeing lots of stuff about newer versions of them, and it's like, oh, I should go back and play that one. But I've decided, it's like, no, if I start other ones, then I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of started games that I'm not gonna finish, which is how it usually is. But no, like I've been trying hard to focus on Disney Infinity, which is taking forever. But I did finally finish that challenge, which I could not finish previously last week. It was like the combat challenge, and you had to kill 14 of them in like a minute and a half. And yeah, I think I was right. Like, if you do it perfectly, you have plenty of time. But if you mess anything up, then the AI screws you, and it's just impossible. The time that I finished it, I had 30 seconds left at the end of the mission. It's like, really? Ah. So I finished all the challenges in Incredibles, and I've moved on to Monsters University, which is a totally different game mechanic. Like, instead of going around punching stuff, you go around and you scare things, and there's lots of climbing on buildings and looking for collectibles and things like that. I didn't realize that all of the playsets in Disney Infinity are open world games, essentially. Just small open worlds. So going through that one, I tried a bit of sort of, it's like a Diablo-esque game in Disney Infinity 2.0 with Baymax, because Big Hero 6 has been playing a lot in my house recently. That one is way easier than the Marvel one. Like, the Guardians of the Galaxy version of that same game was way tougher. I think because none of the characters can fly, and you can sort of cheat it if your character can fly, because just flying into guys damages them, and they can't really do anything about it. So with Baymax, I could just fly into them, and they can't attack. They just keep getting knocked back until they explode. It's like, oh, this is way, way easier. And it's top-down view, so you can't really miss them. Like, you can't fly higher than they are. So yeah, I actually think that probably was not intended.
Or maybe it was. Or maybe it was.
Because they think the people who are going to be playing the Marvel one are more core gamers. Maybe. And then, yeah, just continuing my quest to get all the StarCraft characters in Heroes of the Storm. It is not getting easier. I've gotten to the point where I've gotten to level 5 with so many of the characters that every week the free characters include fewer and fewer characters that I can use to get that level 5 to get the easy 500 coins. This week I think there's only one character. So I'm only gonna get 500 plus 100 per day plus however many hundreds the coins are gonna or the daily quests are gonna get me. I don't think I've won a game today. I lost every single game I played today.
Oh my.
Sad.
That's not a good record. It's not a good record at all.
It was pretty bad. Did I talk about mines last week?
what?
I don't believe so. You talked about someone that had the ability to go invisible when they were dead, or the skeleton. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But not the mines.
he's still pretty well. So I've been like the more I play, I am starting to understand how you choose the skills, like how to pick the skills that you get as you level up throughout each match. Well, at least for one character. The character I've been using most recently a lot is Abathur, the one that he doesn't go out. He just sort of stays at home and augments the other characters. I, I found against certain heroes, I like to do a sort of mine build where I just put all of my talent points into mines so they do more damage and I can plant more of them and they last longer. Because there's one character called Murky. It's a Murloc from World of Warcraft, which is like these little
How clever.
sort of fish-looking people. Murky basically is supposed to die a lot. Murky doesn't have a lot of health. So what Murky is supposed to do, like the difference though is like usually when you die, the countdown, the respawn counter gets longer and longer as the game progresses. But with Murky, he is able to lay an egg somewhere on the stage, and then if the egg is alive, then Murky respawns in 2 seconds, and it doesn't matter how far into the game it is. So that's really powerful. I see a lot of Murky players, they'll basically run in and just attack towers in the beginning because they have this thing where they just drop a bomb and then they can just walk away and the bomb just explodes and does a ton of damage. And once the towers are damaged, you can't really repair them at all. So Murky players, yeah, they'll just do that and they'll just be getting all this free damage, and even if you kill them, 2 seconds later they're back. Unless you kill their eggs, and then it's like, I think there's a 15-second penalty, so they can't lay another egg for 15 seconds. So if you, like late in the game, if you kill the egg and then kill Murky quickly enough, then it's like a full minute for Murky to respawn.
Oh my.
So with the mine build, because Murky has such little health, if you can guess where Murky's going to come from, basically if he runs to the minefield, he just dies instantly. Other characters, I think it'll take off like half their health, so it's sort of an advantage before a team battle if one guy is really, really weak. But with Murky, it's just like I can play an entire game just playing anti-Murky. I can put the mines where I think the egg might be, and if the mine is where the egg is, then it just detonates immediately and it shows the egg for a second, and then one of my allies can go over there and kill it. But then the other thing that's really fun is, yeah, just like guessing where he's gonna run, and then just like mining the entire strip, and he'll come running through and just like, mines. Nobody plays. I've never seen anyone play Abathur in this way, so I don't think people expect mines to kill them. Because the mines they do a little bit of damage basically. And then the other thing that they do is that they reveal the character who walks through them for, I think it's like 3 seconds. So you can't, sort of stealthily walk around and gank other players because you just keep running into mines. But then, yeah, if you build it in a certain way, then the mines are pretty powerful. And for Murky, that's like really bad. So that's like Murky, I think, is a really good character to use mines against. The cloaked characters like Nova, the Ghost, and Zeratul, he's a Dark Templar. Both of them are invisible all the time, basically. So if you have mines around those characters, then they walk through them and they become visible. And sometimes, if you're lucky, like there was one map, the objective is to turn gold coins into this one guy in the center of the map. So on that one, I was like, I know that they will come through this direction because that's the only way to turn in coins. So throughout the entire game, I just kept planting mines right there. And at one point, I think there was like 12 of them. And Nova just came over to turn in coins and walked through all of them somehow and
Oh
just
my.
died instantly. It's like, oh, that was really cool. That was a really epic battle. I have the game is cool because it saves all the replays. So I have replays of every single game that I've played stored on my two computers. And that one, I think, because one of our players, he had I think like 17 coins or something, and the other team had a guy with 22 coins, and there was a huge battle at the turn-in spot, and everyone on my team died, and Nova was the only one left on their team, and there was just a ton of coins there, and she was trying to pick them all up and then turn them in, and that's when like she ran through all the mines, and then died, and it was just like a ton of coins there, and we had the ghost guy, King Leoric, was there, and he just like respawned there and picked them all up and turned them in. It's like, oh, cool, we're gonna win. It was insane. Ah, it's so fun. Yep. So that's oh, I forgot to tell Tekken earlier. Somebody remade all of StarCraft 1's campaign and ported it to StarCraft 2. So you can play the entire StarCraft saga except for the third chapter of StarCraft 2 that hasn't come out yet. You can play it all in StarCraft 2. But for like StarCraft 1 missions, like with the new AI, and this is like StarCraft came out in
99?
98, I think? 98, 99?
Around there.
It was not quite as smart. Like, StarCraft 1's campaign on StarCraft 2 is way harder than I remember. The maps are smaller because of the way that they ported them, but also, like, the AI is a lot more aggressive. So, like, there was one mission that, it was, like, really early on in the campaign, and I remember...
98, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. StarCraft 2 is celebrating its 5-year anniversary this year. Like, that campaign isn't even over yet. That is nuts. But yeah, there was one campaign mission in the Terran campaign, which is the first one, and I seem to remember like the Terran campaign was sort of the tutorial back in the day. So I did not expect to walk out and see like 12, 13 siege tanks out there just sitting. It's like, really? Like, those will decimate my army of 100 Marines in just no time. It was nuts.
Well, maybe it's like the mechanics of 1 and 2 are so different, and like the way like the AI works and stuff. Like the balance is
Like
different.
mechanically, it's really similar. It's just that, yeah, I think the modders were more like hardcore StarCraft fans, so when they modded it for people who play a ton of StarCraft, whereas
yeah.
the original wasn't necessarily tuned that way. Because when I saw it, I was like, this is like playing against hard or very hard AI in one-on-one. But yeah, I cannot do this. And this is the medium level, so I have to play all the campaign missions on easy.
For shame, Tropical. For shame.
And then like they open so that last chapter that's coming out apparently in the winter is they open pre-orders for it, and if you pre-order it, you get the I think it's called Legacy or Whispers of Oblivion, which is it's like a prequel, 3 chapters of the story that bridges it between Heart of the Storm and Legacy of the Void. And so I played through those, and it's like, yeah, that seemed more like a normal difficulty, professionally tuned. And I started playing this, like, this is really, really hard. Yes, good times. I hear a gamer finished Diablo recently.
Yeah, he tweeted it.
That's cool.
It's funny because he said something about it didn't feel as. I know he said something about like the feel of it was off or something after playing so much Destiny.
Well, I think what I saw was like, because I think the last time we played Diablo was way back when it launched on PC, and the game is really, really different now. Like it is so much better now than it was back then. Loot drops are good. It feels way more exciting. So that is cool that he beat it. I think the PC one just got patched recently again. It added more stuff to it. Yeah, so think I think that's all I've been playing.
Alrighty then. Well, the only other thing I've been playing is Lost Dimension, but I'm still relatively early in the game because I spent most of yesterday playing Destiny, and I was at like work all day today, so I haven't really got to do much in it. But it's kind of like it's similar to, I guess, Valkyria Chronicles would be the closest approximation I can do, because the way it's set up is it's like part like visual novel, part tactical RPG thingy. So you the battle system is similar in that you kind of move your characters around on the battlefield, and they can like link up to do like assist attacks and all this other stuff and things and stuff and stuff. So yeah. But uh I I've only done like the first, I think, what, 3 main missions or something, and then I got to the part where I guess like the judgment room opened up, but it like all did that whole warn you because it's like the point of no return kind of thing, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna do this shit then because now I'm all paranoid. It's like it's too early in the game for this, guys. It's too early in the game for this, but I haven't done it yet, so it's still just sitting there, just waiting for me to do it. And I'm like, I don't want to. I can't do it right now. I can't do it right now, guys. I can't do it. But the game is about like this there's this guy who decided he wanted to just like destroy the world because I guess he was just tired of it or something. Because why not? So he has like all these nuclear warheads like aimed at all the major cities in the world, even though he already destroyed like half the world to begin with. And the 11 characters that you have at your disposal kind of wake up inside this tower that he summoned or something, but none of them can remember how they got in there or what's actually going on. So then he goes and tells them that if they plan on stopping him from doing what he's doing, they're gonna have to like, climb the tower and kill him. But then he tells them that there's a traitor among them. But then some of them are like, well, this guy's a terrorist, so we can't really believe him if he's going to tell us that there's a traitor among us. He could just be lying. And then the other ones are like, but what if he's not lying? And it's just causing like problems within the group. But the worst part about it is like several of them have psychic abilities that would be kind of useful in this situation, but there's like some, like, they don't even bother trying to justify why they wouldn't. So it's kind of just like, well, I mean, you guys aren't very good at this. Because I mean, the entire team is all psychics, but some of them have like active abilities like pyrokinesis or like the electromagnetic thing. But then there's a telepath on the team, but she's always like she doesn't like to use her powers or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's just BS. It's what you're doing. You're just being lazy. And as a matter of fact, and the main character is clairvoyant apparently, and then it's like one of the other guys. I think he has the ability to like to sync up with people's mind, but he specifically says that he can't use that to figure out who the traitor is. I was like, you know what,
Sorry.
you guys are just killing me right now. It's like you guys are like the worst psychics ever. But so right now they're trying to figure out what's going on. And I think that's what the Judgment Room thing is going to be for the first one anyway. But yeah, yeah, it's weird. But like I said, I haven't really gotten too far in it yet, so I haven't dove too much into it. But there's like some I guess like trust based system in there too. Like you can talk to some of the characters like after battle and stuff to kind of build up your what would you call that? Uh your bonds with them, I guess. I don't know. It's like because it like helps them like in battle where they can do more assist attacks and all that kind of stuff if you like have higher trust levels with them. But like I said, since there's a good chance you're going to be killing off most of these characters, it's going to be I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I even want to bother trying to build up my trust with anybody because it's like, well, there's a good chance I'm going to pick you to die. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is the visual novel thing, is that something that they put in a lot of Japanese games now? Or is that just some of them?
Uh, that's like a genre thing.
Okay.
It's not like
I don't think it's something they
it's
started
not they
recently.
just but yeah, it's just a genre of games kind of thing. And then they just have the gameplay elements for the different ones. Because I mean, for the most part, the visual novels are supposed to be like I guess it's like about the whole choices kind of thing to get you like your different endings and everything. So that's kind of just how it works. Kind of like a choose your own adventure thing, plus gameplay stuff. So
Okie dokie. Is there any news this week?
I guess Mafia 3 is going to be revealed next week?
Actually, didn't Blizzard also say something about the next expansion to WoW
Oh, really?
at Gamescom? I saw someone tweet it, so...
That does not interest me. Even though, man, they're like cross-brand, I suppose this would be called synergy, is sort of like, oh, I do want stuff. I do want to play those so I can get stuff for Heroes of the Storm. No, I did not hear that actually. But yeah, Gamescom is next week.
yay!
That should be exciting.
More exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
I guess like PlayStation isn't gonna be there, but there will be PlayStation games there, like Horizon Zero. Horizon, man, I can't even remember what it's called. The new game from Gorilla, that's gonna be there.
It's like Zero Dawn or something like that.
Oh wait, yeah, it's called Horizon, and then Zero Dawn. There we go.
Yeah, they're gonna reveal the next World of Warcraft expansion August 6th at Gamescom.
Ew.
Will it be free?
Silly.
I'll have to call.
That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all.
We live in a crazy world where you can get tons and tons of gameplay time for no money. And it's not like landfill games anymore only. Anyway, PlayStation Plus games for August were announced. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, and Limbo for PS4. Sound Shapes, which is cross-buy on all three. Stealth Inc. 2, a game of clones, that's also cross-buy on all three. God of War Ascension on PS3, and Castle Storm for PS3 and PS Vita.
Because looking at the I don't know if it's on the PlayStation blog or just like the store update post this week, and they had like a term they were using for like games that are on all three cross buy. It was like, I'm gonna look it up because it was kind of funny. 'Cause it was like, yeah, I can't remember what it is. I don't want to get it wrong, so let me try to find it. Ah, where is it? So I was like, that's kind of funny. That's like something I would say. Or not. Somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's called three-way cross-buy.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right then. I was expecting something more after the build up, but
I know, right? That's not as exciting.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's like the summer sale on PSN has started, so week
So you put
one.
stuff in there.
Well, I was looking at Apotheon I didn't pick up when it was at launch. That's $6 for PS Plus.
Is that the side-scroller one? That's beat 'em up, or is that something else? 'Cause I picked up two
Is it a
games.
beat 'em up? Apotheon is
That was free.
it's like, was that a free one?
I thought it was, because I
Maybe.
think I already have it.
It was one of the free ones.
Okay, never mind then.
So I was like, wait, what?
It's like the one that looks
The-
like the art on the side of pottery.
It's like a sword and shield thingy, right? From
Yeah.
ancient time. Yeah, that one was free. Or sword and spear. I mean, shield and spear, jeez.
Well, now I'm sort of interested in Tetris Ultimate. That's $4 this week. Ollie Ollie, if you don't have it, $2.60. Double Dragon Neon, I thought was super good, is $2. Luftrossers is $3. There's some classics like Dino Crisis 1 and 2 are $240 each. The Dragon Fantasy Book 1 and 2 bundle is $4. I think Flame Over is the firefighter roguelike, right?
I have no idea.
No, that's definitely. I don't
That's
even
$4.
remember that.
I guess Tetris Ultimate is not cross-buy. Sad. Which one was Breath of Fire 4? Is that a PS2 classic?
PS1.
That's a PS1 one?
That. Man, there haven't been a Dragon or Breath of Fire game in forever. Trying to find what I got off the store. There's so many emails in my email. Jeez.
I guess I was also interested in getting like Blood Rain. But I can't remember which one I didn't finish. One or two. Either way, they're $2 each.
Oh, I picked up, actually I'm not sure if these are, I think these are just, I'm not sure if they're weekly deals or from the sale, but I got Endure of Fire and Ziggurat. Also, there's a Never Alone add-on that I bought, but I haven't played it, so.
Ziggurat is part of the sale, and Ender of Fire is also on the sale. I don't know what those are, actually.
One of them's a beat 'em up that's like old school 2D style, and the other one's like a first person spellcasty. I think it's procedurally generated, so it's never the same twice. And like it has a bit of roguelike, but it's not roguelike, 'cause it said like roguelite in the description. So I was like, well, it's not a roguelike. Technically, it kind of is, but whatever. It looks cool and interesting. So
Maybe it's easier.
and it's like 60% off. So I was like, psh, it's like more than half off. So of course I'm gonna buy it. It piqued my interest.
I see what that is. But that's cool. So, some good deals there.
I have like $1 in my wallet now, so.
Ooh, Enter a Fire does have a cool looking logo. Huh. I think this one's the beat 'em up. So Ender Fire is the beat 'em up. Nope, it says role playing game.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I'm just browsing the sale now. I have no other news.
He got completely distracted.
Oh, actually, Deadpool's back on the store. So, you know, if you wanted to check it out and you couldn't find a physical copy, and you're like, man, thanks, Marvel, for messing up all the license rights with your games and pulling them. At least Deadpool's back. Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah. Who knows if ever we'll see it again.
I don't really know what's going on. Like, I think it reappeared on Steam recently, too. Yay, stuff. It's getting close. So, is Lost Dimensions good so far?
I don't know. I told you I only did like the first 3 missions. I don't know what's going on.
But do you have any, like, you want to play more then, right?
I mean,
It's
I like
good
it so,
enough for that.
I like it so far. So but I haven't gotten a chance to murder people yet, so give it time. Give it time.
Oh, actually, there was something about Kojima and Del Toro working on something after all. Or something.
It's nothing final or anything. It's just like
I know, I think you're...
my conspiracy theory.
theory might possibly come through after all, maybe. That'd be insane.
What up? We were making Silent Hills. Ha ha. It would. That would be great. I mean, yeah, but still, that would be really weird.
Because that kind of was like one of the hooks of that game was like, you know, you couldn't just go on the internet to like see how to get through it.
Yeah,
Like nobody knew. It like
it
took
was
that into
so obscure.
consideration. Maybe they're just like stoking the flames of the internet. Like, yes, yes, there is no such thing as bad publicity. Do it, Kojima. Turn to the dark side.
Amazing.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Yep, that is it. So check us out on aimlesspodcast.com to know when we're doing more of this stuff. But yeah, Facebook and Twitter are the real-time ones, as you know. If you want to camp out Twitch and just like follow the channel, and then when you know following will be like 1, and then Aimless Podcast is on, then you can find out the live shows, which are always today at this time. I'm missing one, like iTunes or something. It's okay. RPG's got the catch-all.
Yeah. Do I? Wait, what? We're everywhere?
I'll do it. We're everywhere.
We
Oh
are.
wait, no, he did say it.
So anything to say before we sign off RPG?
No.
Alright then. So you know, till next episode, who will finish a game? Who will not finish a game?
Not me.
Who will have an interesting story to tell? Who knows? Find out on the next episode of Aimless Babble Z.